Let's see what this additional scenario is. This is not something that's in the original PSX version as far as I know. Come on in, Tatsuya-kun. The room over here is open, so feel free to use it. I lived in bachelor housing until last year. I didn't have any privacy at all, though, so I splurged and rented this place. It's kind of big for someone living alone, so you came just at the right time. I mean, come on, this is the only place with an open room close to my workspace. We'll carry the living room sofa to your room later. Or would you prefer a bed? Oh, and if you want to watch TV, you can use this room anytime. When I invited him into my home, clothes and what few cosmetics I owned were scattered all over. I tried to keep chatting in as bright a tone as possible while I tidied up, but I might have sounded a little shrill and nervous. I don't know if he was being considerate or was embarrassed by the state of my apartment. He loitered by the window, stoic and silent, without looking at the room. Instead, the long shadow that bore down across my floor told the tale of his mental state, of lost bearings, of rejection, and of loneliness. He meant to vanish somewhere, like shadows slipping into darkness with the sunset, doing something all on his own, now and forever. But I wouldn't allow it. I've had circumstances that I've been on hold for 10 years. That's right, this wasn't just his story. It was both of ours. Anna Yoshizaka-san? Who are you? The fact that she didn't deny it when I suddenly asked her name and instead asked for my identity proved that it was her. I was prepared for it and opened my purse and thrust my ID into her face. Her blank expression was unusual for a kid her age. I didn't much like my own surly portrait, which was printed above my full name and rank as a policewoman. I'm Shiori Miyashiro, with the Conan PD Juvenile Division. A pleasure to meet you. I only came here to use the bathroom. I'm just about to head home. She'd already guessed why a juvenile detective and not one of the traffic cops she's acquainted with showed up at this hour. As Anna moved away from the wall she'd been leaning against, she told me a bald-faced lie and began walking towards the exit. That's not what I came here for. Not today. I got things I want to ask you. Anna stopped, glanced over her shoulder, and fixed me with an emotionless stare. I realized she'd jumped to conclusions on why I'd come. Otherwise, it wouldn't have mattered what I'd said. She'd have tried to leave, just as she'd been doing, to avoid causing trouble for the club. Every community has unwritten rules. She dropped out of school and track and field and found her place in a world where she didn't belong. She was already a part of this apathetic subculture. You know what, Daisuke Kaneda, the man who did the hit and run on you, got out on bail, correct? What about it? He was killed. The first hint of emotion appeared on Anna's face, even if it was evanescent. And with her beautiful eyebrows twisting with suspicion returned to her old stony-faced mask, she let out a single brief breath. And he came to investigate me? When did he die? Anna no doubt knew far too well what the cops would ask at a time like this due to the incident that ended her sports career. She beat me to the punch by asking for Kaneda's estimated time of death. She wasn't just gutsy, but also quick on the uptake. Naturally, she would have an alibi. It wasn't like I doubted it either. With the state of Sumura City, it was possible to kill a person. With the state Assumer City, it was possible to kill a person without ever personally laying a hand on them. I'm not interested in your alibi. A proper investigator will no doubt come to ask you about it soon enough. What I want to know is this. Have you seen this before? I pulled out a message card with white letters painted on a black field and handed it to her. You're next. The hell is this? The Cinder is Joker. He's the bizarre, murderous monster from Rumor, you know. The one where you call your number from your cell, he'll kill someone you hate for you. You heard of him, right? Something identical to that had arrived at Kanada's home. It seems like Joker is conscientious enough to send an advance notice. I never would have expected it would have matched the rumor so perfectly. Oh, so you think I asked him to kill the guy? Sorry, but if I wanted him dead, I've done it myself. Dang. Anna casually flipped the card over, glanced at the address, but was about to hand it back when she stopped herself. This was the second time today she made that face. That's right, it's my own address. You got any hunches? I think it's a prank. There could be some kid who's got a grudge against me for the work I do. But no, this is my doing. I called the Joker and asked him to kill Shiori Mirashiro. I don't know if she was lost for words, but Anna's expression didn't return to its blank mask. There were probably a lot of guys who'd love to see her make a different face from her usual mask. My efforts would have been praised by those gyrating bodies on the dance floor. Chill out. Although I doubted it was this face that the guys wanted to see. Have you ever called your number from your own cell? Normally it acts as though the line's busy and won't connect, but this went through. He never said a word, but the person from Rumor definitely picked up the line. Why'd you give him your own name? There's no way I could test it using someone else's name. Hey, how was it for you? Does Joker just kill the other person, or does he demand a reward or compensation or something? Have you ever held a conversation with him or seen him in person? His hair. You think if he didn't cut it, it would look like an uncut lion's mane? Wasn't he in his late 20s, maybe around 27, 28? As I prattled on, Anna appeared to shut me out again. With a cold look, she stretched her arm out again and handed the advance notice back to me. You want to know what that bad? Why not ask him? If there really is a Joker, he'll come kill you, right? Sorry, since you went to the trouble of preparing that little prop. But I didn't ask him to kill anybody. Exactly right, that if the Joker was just as rumored, even if I left him alone, he'd come to me. I'd just have to wait. That was my intention in the beginning, that's why I gave my name to whoever was loitering on the other side of the bug tap. Despite that, I paid this girl a visit because I wanted to calm my nerves. The photo of the victim flashed before my eyes. I had seen the picture at the Assembly HQ investigating the bizarre serial murders. Nobody wanted to die like that. If she had requested a murder from Joker, then I might have gotten a clue leading to his identity. Then I would have been able to arrest Joker before there'd been any more victims. But that meant this luckless girl would be accused of either being an accessory to the prime suspect for the murders, or else instigating them. I was in such a hurry to capture the true Joker that I'd only thought about my own benefit and unconsciously hoped for that. So naturally she'd held me in contempt. This wasn't how a policewoman representing the juvenile division, which handled the well-being of young people, should have conducted herself. Still, I was a little relieved. Judging by how she reacted so far, this girl was innocent. My expressly accusatory interrogation had pissed her off. You're absolutely right. Sorry for giving you the third degree. I really ought to confirm it myself after all. I looked into her without permission from the investigation HQ, so I had to make up for offending her when she was also a victim of a crime. I might have been working on my own, but if I broke faith with the system, I'd end up just another dirty cop. That wasn't an option for me. Besides which, the name of the game was to unmask, stop, and arrest Joker, I steeled myself, approached the employee at the entrance, and showed him my badge and spoke. This club has a VIP floor further in, right? Are there any entrances besides that door over there? The man tried to avoid meeting my eyes. He knew I was going to be trouble. Nah, recently switched owners and the back's mid-renovation. Nobody's using it right now, so it's empty. How convenient. I'd like you to rent it to me until morning. Could you give me the key? No way, I'm a part-timer. I don't know nothing about that kind of stuff. This club reported that it's a Type 3 business, right? I wonder what time it is now. Just when did the alcohol start flowing freely? I'm sure you know the food and entertainment laws. If you don't, perhaps I could take you on a tour of the police station. I think at worst you get a month of casual leave. The new owner won't get mad, right? Casual leave, in other words, he'd be arrested as an accomplice and the business would get suspended. By law, businesses where customers stand and dance must report applying for a license to serve food and drink. But once they get it, they can't do business past midnight. Stupidly honest clubs that close that early aren't popular. But if they want to do business till dawn, they need to apply as a restaurant that serves liquor late at night. But if they do that, they can't let the customers dance anymore. So-called small and medium-sized clubs conduct legally gray business practice such as looking the other way. I understand, but what the heck are you going to do? Please don't get me in trouble. Thanks, I'm just going to dance till dawn, if I survive, that is. He gave me 2 keys, and I handed the man my business card, which had my cell number on it. It was the card I'd give to the kids I was providing guidance to. I'd tell them to call me if they had any problems. Naturally, to prevent misuse, I didn't mention that I was a policewoman. Then I politely asked for his cooperation, namely to call me if anyone else tried to enter the VIP floor. I added that if morning comes and nobody leaves, he should also call Sergeant Suo of the Criminal Investigation Division. I emphasized that he not contact any other policeman. I was sure Detective Suo would be shocked if he got a call just like I requested. After all, we never really talked before anyway, even if he only knew me by name, I knew him well. The heck are you trying to pull? All the victims up till now have been targeted in places where they were alone. If I'm going to head into the back, staying by myself is ideal. There's no exit or entrance besides this one, so if anyone but me leaves through here, that means they're Joker. The card from Rahalar, it's the real deal? Hurry up and go home. Not all adults are as understanding as I am, so keep your carousing to a minimum. No matter what happens, you mustn't come peek inside. The guy you mentioned earlier, Detective Suo. He'll probably come see you before long. He's heading the investigation on 501, the Joker. When he arrives, explain to him what I asked you tonight and tell him you don't know anything beyond that. He doesn't think you requested the hit from 501 either. Upon telling Anna that I passed through the door to the VIP floor, just in case, I locked the door from the inside. If I were 501, there's no way I'd ignore a locked room mystery of this caliber. The hallway connected to the secret dance floor changed into a red Chinese style design. Word on the street that nobody got in without the soul of a regular. It looked like the rumors that the Taiwanese mafia bought out this club were somehow true. Before, when I came to do guidance for the students of Kasuyama High, Club Zodiac was a cheap place arranged with constellations, as the name implies. While walking through a vulgar red quarter, the sort only the nouveau riche could like, I pulled out my cell and called a familiar number. After the 5th ring, someone picked up the line. Just like before, the rumor was true. You remember how I asked you to kill Shiori Miyashiro? She's in the VIP floor of Club Zodiac in Yumazaki Ward. That's all I said before I hung up the phone. There was no going back anymore. By the end of the night, I'd know if the rumors were true or not. If I failed, I would just add another corpse to the pile. At that moment, I remembered everything. I remembered that I was from the other side and everything that had happened there. Oh, interesting. Mayane, Mayuzumi-san, Eikichi, Lisa, and Jun. Oh, this is Tatsuya speaking. We swore we'd never forget each other, then we were torn apart. My friends watched Mayasne and me. Mayane, the other Mayane, was smiling right before my eyes. Are you okay? You're not hurt. Sorry about that, I'm such a klutz. Wait, have we met somewhere before? We did, yes we did. There's no way I could have forgotten, even if you told me to. Absolutely. Back when we were kids, I was always chasing after you. That's right, please never stop smiling like that. Jen and I promised we'd protect your smile. But I screwed up. The first time was 10 years ago, the second was when I was in his world, and the third time... Damn it. I got the hell out of there. I had no idea what I should do. That's why I shut myself away within the body of the other me and decided to sleep. If I saw nothing, heard nothing, and felt nothing, then maybe, just maybe, the peaceful days everyone had gained would continue uninterrupted. But there was no way he would let that slide. You may flee your sins and hide yourself if you like, but you do know what will become of this world, don't you? You, marionette, strung on the threads of fate, no one can escape the jaws of despair. I'm waiting. In my dreams, he left a brand on my right hand, the mark of a sinner possessed by darkness. It dawned on me that what was about to happen, people can neither run nor hide from themselves. There was one thing I had to do. If you want my life, I'll give it to you. If you tell me to fall into darkness, I'll do it. But I won't let anyone have their way with Mayane. Mayane. Yeah. Or this world where my friends live. If I'm the only one he can do as he pleases with, but I won't go down easy. In exchange for everything I am, I'll burn that scornful, faceless mask and everything else of his to ashes. It's the one and only thing I can do to atone. Suddenly the cell phone rang. It wasn't my brother. His calls were already blocked without me having to do anything. It looks like this me got along with his brother about as well as I did with mine. The caller ID said it was from Ene Yoshizaka. I knew the me on this side hung out with Yoshizaka, but I'm not really him. I can't respond to her like he would. It rang 10, 20, 30 times before I gave up and took the call. If nothing else, as long as I was temporarily borrowing this body, I figured it'd be better to tell Yoshizaka I can't stay in touch. Tatsuya, you're not hurt, are you? No. Whew. I thought something happened. I knew that Yoshizaka had been waiting all night for me on this side to show up at Club Zodiac. But she didn't blame me for ditching her or ignoring the phone. She just expressed her relief. The only person she'd talk like this to is the other me. On the other side, I also had close relationships, just like he and Yoshizaka have here. My chest hurt. Tate, you said your brother was a cop, right? Earlier, this weird cop chick came in and holed herself up in the VIP floor. Seems like she called Joker and told him to kill her. She asked Nakamura-san to give your brother a ring in the morning if she didn't come out. You don't want to see your brother, right? I'm going to check up on her in a bit, but it'd be better if you didn't come tonight. That's all. The other me had probably never broken a promise. Yoshizaka still believed I would come. So she went out of her way to call so I wouldn't run afoul of my brother on this side. But the bigger shock was hearing her say Joker's name. On the other side, Mayonnaise. I just want to call her mayonnaise. And the rest of us had fought against Yoshizaka, who'd become one of Joker's minions. Oh yeah, she was No, she wasn't Scorpio. No, yeah, she was Scorpio. Scorpio, Leos, Taurus. Aquarius. Mom was Aquarius, I think. Don't, Yoshizaka, don't you dare go in. I'll go. Get out of there right now. Don't go anywhere near Joker. Yoshizaka? Okay, if that's what you say, I'll do it, Tatsuya. The me on this side called Yoshizaka by her first name. I didn't have time to correct myself, though. Joker might have already been close by. I was concerned about the woman dropping my brother's name, too. On the other side, my best friend, Jun Kurosu, put on the Joker mask after he screwed with his memories. But Jun kept his final promise. He should have lost his memories of the other side, now be living a peaceful life on this side as Jun Kashihara. Someone who wasn't Jun had become this side's Joker and is committing serial murder as his pawn, marking the end of and new beginning. I vividly recalled the last line of the Oracle of Maya, which had served as the trigger to the destruction of the other side. The same thing had happened on the other side. What's happening here? The distortion that he had set over 10 years ago had extended over 2 worlds. He had known from the start what choice we'd make after losing Mayonnaise, and now things would turn out, and how things would turn out afterwards. Gritting my teeth, I grabbed an extra helmet for Yoshizaka just in case and sped off into the city night on my motorcycle. Fine then. I'll go ahead and tear the slimy distortion he wove into causality to pieces, and then finally I'll rip his throat out. Tatsuya. When I reached the club, Yoshizaka spotted me and came running up with a slight limp, the reminder of a hit and run. Why are you still here, Yoshizaka? Sorry, but... That would be weird from her side, huh? When Yoshizaka finished explaining what was going on, the club employee called out to me, looking nervous. He was acquainted with the other me, Nakamura, if I remembered right. Yo, Tatsuya, I heard from Anna-chan. But Detective Sue's your big bro, right? I ain't calling the pigs from the club. You know that lady cop too? Dang it, this ain't funny. Normally, the new owner's got the man's number. Nakamura-san, lend me the key to the back. I know you've got a spare. I'll talk to her. Talk? Heck no. She said to ring it in if anybody tried going after her. She's a cop, dude. A cop. You don't have to call. I spotted and picked up a business card that I guess that lady detective had left on the counter. Shiori Miyashiro. I went ahead and memorized her name and phone number. The next instant, the card burned up in my hand and turned to ashes. Was that some magic trick? Nakamura yelped in surprise. Even Yoshizaka, whose expression hardly ever changed, widened her eyes. Still, they wouldn't have been able to see the arm of my persona, Apollo. The key. When I held up my hand, Nakamura got the key from the case and handed it over, trembling with fear. The only spare I got right now is the key to that door. You know where there's another door deeper in, right? I forgot the key for that one in the staff room. I nodded. While I nodded, I grabbed the wooden sword that was crammed near the umbrella stand behind the counter. Given what kind of club this was, the rare brawl would break out between customers. The other me knew Nakamura had prepared it for self-defense, meaning I knew too. Hey, you couldn't be Joker. You couldn't be, right? When I looked up at him, Nakamura shrank away. Don't go spreading weird rumors. If it's the same as the other side, that'll cause problems. Other side? What the heck are you talking about? You're freaking me out, man. I paid Nakamura no more mind, but when I tried to head for the VIP floor, Yoshizaka blocked my way. You've been acting weird lately, are you really, Tatsuya? Women are really sharp. She was half right and half wrong, but then it was natural for her to have suspicions. The other me would have dealt with them better. He'd even joked around with her before. Tried to get Yoshizaka to laugh with some lame impression, not like me. It was extremely unlikely I'd get Yoshizaka to move until she got an acceptable answer. Nothing for it, I decided to tell her the truth. I'm me. Do I look like anyone else to you? On the other side, I had a scar on my back, carved there by Pseudo 10 years ago. The other me wouldn't have it, or shouldn't. I was borrowing the body of that me. She wouldn't know about any scar on my back as long as I didn't strip. This side branched off by erasing the fact that me, Mayane, Ikichi, Lisa, and Jun... I was doing so well. Jun met 10 years ago. Me and Mayane never got attacked by Pseudo either. But lately, ever since I started to take control of it, scars have started appearing on this body too. It's an omen that the other side is in the process of encroaching on this side. Without replying, Yoshizaka bored her eyes into mine. She was tall for a woman, but I still had a head on her. She couldn't tell that I was different. That I was a different Tatsuya on the inside, could she? Weren't you going to do as I said? Go home already, Yoshizaka, before things get any worse. Yoshizaka averted her gaze. Is someone really going to kill her? I said some awful stuff to her. I don't know what she said to her, but Yoshizaka didn't need to worry about this. That other woman should have taken responsibility. She was the one who caused this mess. Don't worry, Yoshizaka. I won't let her get killed. That's why I came here. Hey, what do you intend to do, Tatsuya? Atone for my sins. Don't get involved with me for a while. With that said, I slipped past Yoshizaka. Anytime I got involved with someone else, it brought me pain without fail. I didn't want to let anyone else feel like this ever again. With this, I'd bring all of this to an end. Okay, wow, 30 minutes of just me reading. I'm going to talk to everybody, and then we'll end the episode. Ugh. The lady who entered the back earlier, she was such a babe. The kind that's way too classy for a place like this. Why did she come here? You think maybe she divorced her middle-aged husband and came here to drink away her sorrow? I mean, if I hit on her now, chances are high I'd strike out. I think they meant the opposite. Joker, who cares what he does as long as I'm having fun? Ugh. Pump it up, y'all. You gotta hear my fresh beats. My Canada flavor. Fortune telling is the bomb. I don't work. You need fortunes in your life. So do I. So do you. Heck yeah. Ugh. The DJ had his fortune come true, but I'm not getting any luck in Wangalong these days. How come it's just me? Wangalong Chizuru, the fortune teller, is hot as a heck. Just once, I'd love if she'd give me a reading in person, but you figure that'd be pricey, huh? She might have been beautiful, but she had an air around her like she was definitely twisted on the inside. No, for real. Anyway, don't talk about other women right in front of me. Yeah, that is pretty rude. That awesome lady from earlier entered the back. I wonder what kind of person she is. You think she rolls with a bad crowd? Well, ACAB. I'm not going to say anything else, but don't bust up the club, please. Oh, and that wooden staff's mine, so take care of it. I said staff when it said sword, huh? Oh, look at that. Ag, incense, clean salt. I'm not using either of those here. Hopefully I have enough antidotes. We're doing an alt save just in case this turns out to be a bad idea. Boy, I hope people like the sound of my voice. See you in the next episode.